Hey, thanks for joining us. I'm Kent Justice, your host of This Week in Jacksonville Business Edition. And this week, we're actually updating a program we featured on the podcast previously, and we're introducing you to some other recipients of Comcast RISE. So let's talk about this, and specifically, I'll introduce you to each of our guests here. Jen Boyette is the Director of Government Affairs for Comcast Florida. She's going to tell us about the program and some other things here. Carissa Brown is owner of Jazz Poetry Cafe, and then right next to me, Shireen Phillips, owner of Honeybee's Boutique and Treats. I got excited just hearing a little bit about your businesses already. So part of what we're going to do today, we're going to hear about these businesses, but we're going to start with, Jen, explain to us what Comcast RISE is. Again, we had some of your folks on a few months ago to talk about this, and it's really an effort by your company to invest in small businesses, right?
Absolutely. RISE was born out of COVID in 2020. We saw, everybody had to go home, obviously, and stop going out to stores. So a lot of small businesses started to fail, and we thought, what can we do about this? So we launched RISE as a small business grant opportunity to help a lot of those businesses keep their doors open and stay afloat. And then over the years, it's been so successful that we've morphed it. We've added some of the benefits to the grant that people actually get. And then we pick different cities. So it kind of travels each year. Comcast is in 39 states, and we pick a different city to highlight each year. So this year it was in Jacksonville, which was awesome to bring it to Florida and have that benefit to Jacksonville and help lift it up. And again, the grants are a monetary stipend. There's a PSA you could get, business consultation services. It's a really great comprehensive package for the winners.
And so it's Jacksonville and 3 or 4 other cities, is that right? What are the other areas?
It's 5 cities, so Atlanta, Richmond, Virginia, Southern Colorado, and Houston.
Yeah. Some pretty cool company to be part of what Comcast is doing there. So we're going to talk more about the program, the details, requirements, all of this kind of stuff. But let's start with a little bit more about the businesses that you guys are the examples. You are recipients of this Comcast RISE program and the awards and whatever. So, Carissa, start telling us just a little bit. So, owner of Jazz Poetry Cafe. I'm hooked already. Tell us about your business, where you are, and what it is.
Jazz Poetry Cafe actually was birthed out of No Fear Production, where we manage, promote, boost, and brand artists. I started off as a momager, managing my son, and then other artists asked me to manage them, and then I noticed that there wasn't a platform in Jacksonville for them to gain exposure. And so Jazz Poetry Cafe was born where they could get exposure. I bring the people in the entertainment to them to see them do their thing, what they do best. And I had a person come and perform, and she wound up opening up for James Fortune, and now she's has a hit single, national and international. So wow. It's coming to give exposure to your local artists as well as small business owners. I had a business owner that was only selling in the flea market, and now she's a household name. So you're coming to support Jazz Poetry Cafe to be entertained, but you're going to leave enlightened.
How long have you been doing that?
We're coming up on 7 years
wow.
now. 7 years next month.
All right. And eventually I'm going to ask you about, hey, what is the impact of what you're receiving from the Comcast RISE program? But let's get to Shireen here first. I want to hear more about Honeybee's Boutique and Treats. You were telling me before we started, I can't wait for people to hear about that. Tell us about your business.
Yes, Honeybee's Boutique and Treats is a hive of many different things. To start with, I am a cake decorator and a treat maker. So I make custom cakes and treats for special occasions, and that is the core of my business.
How did that get started? Why is that? And you took a passion and said, I need to offer these services for other people. How long have you been doing this?
I've been doing this for about 8 years total. I had a business with my sister, and we did cupcakes, and we dissolved that business. I came back to Jacksonville, and I started in my kitchen, and it grew to where I needed a location. So I got a small location, a storefront, and I began just doing the cupcakes and treats, and it grew over time. So as time went on, I decided to bake cakes. And I looked at YouTube, and that's what I used to be my teacher, and it worked. And I just started practicing practice, and now I am a cake decorator and and a treat maker as well.
So I've got a special occasion at the TV station. One of our great longtime people is retiring. I need a special cake. I come to you. Or is it, hey, my daughter's getting married. We need the wedding cake. I come to you. What are the varieties of products, I guess, that I would come to you about?
Okay, you would come to me if you want to be the life of the party.
Yeah.
So when you come in with my cake,
I'm hooked again.
You're hooked again. Trust me, you are. It's not just going to be a beautiful cake, but it is going to be a delicious cake as well. I learned to bake from my grandma and my mom, so it is guaranteed to please your taste buds. So if you need a wedding cake, if you need a special occasion cake, or treats, meaning pretzels and dipped berries and Rice Krispie treats, those little things, people love those. And I am the cake decorator and treat maker.
All right, so we need some musical entertainment. Now we're coming back to Carissa.
Or event planning.
What's that?
I do it all. Event planning as
Event
well.
planning too.
Birthdays,
Okay.
weddings. Yes, I provide all the entertainment, live band, singing, and poetry.
That's fantastic. So let's dig a little bit deeper into, I guess, what the RISE program is, and then specifically how it helps small businesses. So let's go back even a little bit further, Jen. Why is this important for Comcast to say, hey, we want to make this investment into small businesses?
It's important because it really, we want to be a good community partner, and it really lifts up those areas that need it. And it just helps us showcase, when you support a community and you support the small businesses, especially after COVID, when everything started going downhill, and everybody needed that momentum and that energy again to kind of help boost just the surrounding area. It just is important to us to just be a good community partner and make sure that where we work and live and play is thriving as well. We're happy to be here.
That's part of the description I was reading. Program built to help businesses and communities thrive with the focus on economic growth, and certainly that's the focus of our podcast is economic growth and development. So what, I guess let's go here, Jen. What are the program details? What do businesses like these, how do they benefit from what Comcast RISE does?
They benefit with a $5,000 monetary help, so that's always good. Everybody can always use money. We also do a PSA, or not a PSA, a commercial, a straight up commercial for them to help get the word out, because a lot of times that's the problem, is just having people know they exist.
And so that's the production, or is it the writing, is it the talent, it is all of those things?
It's all of that. It's a comprehensive package that they're going to get from a production company and help them boost their sales and get recognized.
Worth probably valued at more than that $5,000 in cash.
It is. In the Jacksonville area alone, it's $500,000 that we're investing in the community. It's been $140 million so far since the program started in 2020. Wow. Now that amount is nationwide.
Yeah.
But it's 14,000 businesses that we've helped, and just 1,300 alone in the Jacksonville or greater Jacksonville area. So we do service southern Georgia for that, and Clay and St. John's and Nassau. So it does encompass the whole area.
Yeah, so looking over some of that. So the monetary support, marketing support, also technology support. So what's the technology part?
Right, we come in and we give them a digital makeover. So it's internet services and new devices and things to help them, maybe do their banking online and make sure that they're efficient in those ways, keeping their finances straight, or even just taking orders over the phone, over the internet, building them a website. All of that is a comprehensive package.
Building a website too.
Yep, it's in there.
Yeah.
It's in there.
So let's bring it to the side of the table. So Carissa, how has that, or how will that help you specifically in your business?
Well, I currently have a website, but it definitely needs a makeover. I've been doing it myself for 7 years, and so I want someone to...
And you were previously a web designer, of course.
I do a lot.
Yes. Wow.
And when you're a single owner, you have to do everything.
That really is it, right? Small business owner, entrepreneur, boy, I have to do a lot of things, whether I'm expert in it or not. Maybe I need the YouTube video to help coach me along. But when you get some professional expertise in there, that's got to be beneficial, right?
Yes, it is. I'm all for the technical support, website, commercial, anything that's going to help me further my reach, go beyond what I can do. And that's why I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Someone say, hey, this is what you need to do, or you could do this better.
Yeah. Shireen, what about you? What's the impact of some of these things that will come because of the RISE grant?
Well, I think that everything that is included in the package will definitely impact my business on a positive level. I mean, it will take me to places that I didn't even think that I would be able to go, because brand recognition is very important to me. And if Comcast, if not for Comcast, I don't know how I would have a 30-second commercial to air on national TV. You know, just those opportunities really, really will help me to move forward, because right now I'm local. I do fill orders for people, just random places in the United States. But I think with Comcast giving me the visibility that I need, it will definitely expand my business.
Jen, I'm wondering about this. Is there a like business coaching element that comes on? I mean, obviously, if I don't have experience in some of these areas, if I don't have experience producing a commercial, so the expertise I'm going to get by going through that process helps. What about the ideas of scale as a small business owner? Am I going to have somebody help me on, hey, how do I take the next step?
Right. Absolutely. So those consultation services are included. And we had Robert Irvine, who's a celebrity chef, as our spokesperson during the application period, which was May of this year. And at one event that we had him at, he said that, you know, money helps, all that's great, but the consultation services, he said, are worth their weight in gold, because you really need somebody there to coach you through your everyday questions. Am I doing this right? Why am I failing? How can I do this better? So I don't know if they agree, but it sounds like it's good. It's good to know that that's important.
So give me some examples of some of the expertise that's really helped you.
I actually want to be a franchise, because I can't do it all. And I want to be able to be a household name in every city worldwide. And so having the consultation helped me to become a great franchise where other people could take my idea and expand upon it. And so I definitely want someone to help me. This is how it can outlive you, because I don't want my business to die with me. I want it to outlive me.
All right, yeah. Shireen, what about you?
She said everything that I was thinking. So, I mean, I can just piggyback off of what she said. I want to be a household name. People just think, oh, it's just a bakery, but bakeries have been in the core of America forever, in the core of everywhere. So I would like to also be a household name. Even after I'm gone, I want to be able to, my legacy to continue, and my recipes and the way that I do business, I want it to continue. And I think with the services that Comcast provide, I'll be able to do that, and I'll learn how to do that.
Well, and on a related note, I was asking about the technology side. One of the things I read about your business, you're selling cakes online.
I am.
Tell us about this concept you have, cake in a can.
Cake in a can. Okay, so of course we know that social media is big, and I saw somebody doing cake in a can on social media, and I thought, you know what, I could do that. I could really take this to the next level. So I researched, and I got the can. I got everything I needed, and I just went store to store asking store owners, can I put my product in their store? I also have lemonade, and they said yes. Just like that, they were like, yeah, you could put it in our stores. So Cake in a Can and Lemonade is in stores right here in Jacksonville. And I'm hoping that I get them in vending machines and other stores. I also have DIY cake kits. So it is a cake kit that has everything you need to make your custom cake at home. So if you're not able to come to Honeybee's party, it's okay. You can have a party at your house, and there's this QR code that you scan, and you'll see me actually doing the cake with you, so that you'll have like instructions, so it's just not you by yourself. So I want those to be distributed in wholesale as well, to like military bases and everywhere all around the world, so that people can be at home and actually have a good tasting cake, and they can decorate it themselves.
Yeah.
I love that. And when you were saying bring it to them, that's how I got into event planning with Jazz Poetry Cafe. People came to my events and say, who did your decorating? And I'm like, I did. And so now they ask me to do weddings, birthday parties, corporate events. So we can actually bring Jazz Poetry Cafe to you. You don't have to come out to one of our events on Friday night. Just call me and we'll be there, no matter what city, what state.
Yep.
So, Jen, do I have this right? About 100 Jacksonville businesses are able to benefit through this program?
Correct. There were 100 winners. We actually had 904 applicants in May, which I
Wow.
think is hilarious that that's our zip code
904.
or area code. Yeah, it's just so funny the way that worked
Would have
out.
been wrong if it was 905.
Right? It would have been like, can we shave one off and pretend that one didn't happen? But just kidding. But yeah, we got 100 great businesses, and some of them jump off the page. But it's a lot of unique winners there. So if you go to ComcastRISE.com and then click on the recipients tab, you can see all the other winners and all the over the past 5 years, but local as well. There's a 2024 winners list, so you can see the other cities as well. But you can see these two listed. You can see there's health organizations that won. There is accountants. There's roofing companies, things like that. So there's a lot of different variety of the winners listed there. So people can, if they want to support
Yes.
these two and then other people as well, they can see who else was a winner.
What were some of the requirements for people, those 904 businesses, to be able to apply?
Right. It was a small business grant, so they have to be in operation for at least 3 years, have under 100 employees, and be independently owned and operated. And then we had a separate third-party person go through all the applications. They read every single one. It wasn't an automated system because there was a bit of an essay portion in there, and they read each one and came up with the ones they liked best.
Yeah. What makes this a success from the Comcast viewpoint?
I think it's just to see the community that has emerged out of it, because again, we don't leave our businesses alone after they win. We keep they're on email lists where we give them newsletters. They get to do opportunities with us, with seminars and be speakers at events. So we keep in touch with them and make sure that they have just connected so that we know what's happening. Sometimes we use them for our commercials. So it's just that way to keep in touch, make sure everybody's lifted up, and just make sure everybody's had a great experience with it.
Yeah. Shireen, Carissa, maybe I want to hear your viewpoint on this, but it seems like, as a small business owner, and then I hear Comcast, I go, oh, that's the heavy hitter over there. I'm not even the same class. What does it mean to you to have that kind of investment from them, that kind of partnership from a company like that?
Well, it means the world to me, because when I got the phone call that I was chosen, I just burst into tears, because I was just like, what? They chose me? Out of all the people who applied. Of course, we didn't know who applied, but it just felt like an honor, and it felt good to be recognized and to be chosen by a national company. Yeah. So that's how I felt when I got the call. Awesome. Yeah.
I was in awe. It felt good to actually have someone pour back into me. I'm always the one pouring into others, uplifting others. My business is built on helping people. And so when I got chosen to be poured into, I didn't know how to receive it. I was at awe. I was quiet, like, is this for real? So I'm still in awe. I'm just so thankful that you came up with this idea to help small businesses, so therefore we could help others. So you're blessing us to be a blessing, and I love it. Thank you.
Yeah, we hear, sometimes we hear, oh yeah, a small business is so important to our life. But unless you've walked this path where I understand how hard it is as a small business owner to take those steps and to do those things that, boy, I'm not really good at or I don't like, but they gotta be done so I can follow my passion. It's really cool then to see that others who've got a lot of success say, hey, we want to invest in you as well. Hopefully that invests in all of our community, because as you all succeed, it helps all of us. Yes. I appreciate the time. Jen Boyette is the Director of Government Affairs for Comcast Florida, and then our local business owners, Shireen Phillips from Honeybee's Boutique and Treats, and Carissa Brown, the owner of Jazz Poetry Cafe. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having us.
Much success for you. All
Thank
of you in the future. All right, and thanks for being with us on This Week in Jacksonville Business Edition. So like, follow, or subscribe wherever you get your podcast. And a reminder, new episodes drop every Thursday at 9 a.m.